feel like we shouldn't do the generic hi guys because every YouTuber does that. Hi guys. Hi guys.
What's up?
We're gonna kick it 90s and go, what's up? No, welcome to Thrive or Die, where you either thrive or you die. No? Yes?
I like it.
Yeah? Okay.
Welcome to Thrive or Die.
Where you either thrive
or you die.
Only two options here, guys.
So today we are going to be talking about overwatering.
Overwatering is my specialty.
And it is the opposite of what I'm good at. I am terrible at overwatering. I like to underwater.
Underwatering, they say it's better for your plants, right?
I guess so. It's what they like, I guess. Anyways, we'll be talking about what you can do to help your overwatering habits, what happens when you overwater, and a few plants that like it when you overwater, and a few plants that really don't. You want to start us off?
Yeah, so to start, I feel like the number one tip for overwatering is to not do it. But here is a great second option if you can't do that and can't help yourself like me. Terracotta helps soak up some of the excess water in the soil, so it's a great option, which I put most of my plants in now since I'm so bad at overwatering.
Also, they have water meters. You can get them for about $10 or less on Amazon. Some of them also help detect the pH in the soil, and you just stick it in and it tells you how wet they are. I personally don't have one because I don't really have a problem with overwatering. Like Lexi said, I underwater, I neglect, and it's thrive or die out here.
It is,
so
yeah.
If you do have a problem with underwatering and you really don't know how to tell the moisture level based on just sticking your fingers in the soil, then a moisture meter might be for you.
For sure. Yeah, moisture meters tend to help if you know what your plant needs. Like, for example, this guy is a snow white purple waffle that I have, and I have to water him about every other day. His soil right now is completely soaking wet, just super moist, and he will flop right over if I do not water him every other day. He's pretty finicky. You have one too, right? Yeah.
I do, and he's honestly not doing well because I don't water my plants every day. I don't look at them every day. I am not as attentive to Lexi. We were just in the car talking about this, and she looked at me, and her mouth, I think, dropped down. Was like, "You don't look at your plants every day?"
I get so excited. I come home from work and I literally inspect each and every plant that I have, and I'm like, "What are you growing today? What can I do for you? How can I make you happier? Because if you're happy, I'm happy."
And I feel like that level of neglect is what keeps my plants happy.
It definitely is, yeah. I love them to death, absolutely. Like this Philodendron Brazil that I loved to death, absolutely. I made his soil, I put a bunch of perlite in it, I made it a little bit non-organic, and I still overwatered him. He even has a drainage hole, and he is not happy whatsoever right now.
She actually bought a new one at a nursery today.
Sure did, because he's on the up and up. He's not as droopy. I repotted him because he had root rot, so I clipped off all of the rotted roots and repotted him into some nice dry soil, and I actually have to bring him inside because it's about to rain because I don't want him to get wet again. But yeah, hopefully he survives and I can repot him with the new Brazil that I got, but we'll see. He's not doing great.
So one of the plants that I actually learned this summer that needs more water is my rubber tree. So I was actually not giving this one enough light or enough water. You can see by the leaves that are a lighter pink, almost a peach, that it was not getting enough light under my grow lights because I had him positioned poorly. And then this summer I put him out on the patio, and he's getting this beautiful variegation with pink. And he was starting to droop a little bit, wasn't producing enough leaves as quickly as he was in the beginning of the summer, and that's when I just started dousing him with water. So this one I have been trying to keep up on watering because I really loved seeing how much growth, new leaves. It's almost every other day that I'm seeing a new leaf on him.
Yeah, you can see he's a lot more lanky in between here and then way more bushy at the top when you started watering.
And even the stalks, if you're looking at the stalks, we can get a close-up view of this. His stalks down here are really thin. They don't look healthy. And up at the top, where obviously I'm putting him outside, he's getting nice chunky stalks. So it's something that I'm going to have to take into consideration for winter time, which is quickly approaching. Our grow lights, putting him closer to the grow lights because I had him a little bit further away. So if I want to keep this variegation, that's something that I'm going to have to continue to think of.
And a rubber tree is a type of ficus, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you are prone to overwatering, maybe look into a purple waffle and a rubber plant. Maybe just cater to being way too excited about your plants.
So I think the next type of plant that Lexi and I both have together, and I know I struggle with it. I struggle with succulents, and I have two. And Lexi has her lip off. And
he is a split rock, and he's only actually supposed to be watered like twice a year. They come from sub-Saharan Africa, I believe, and he is actually a mimicry. I'm gonna butcher this. Peleopylos nellii. I think that's how you say it, but he's a split rock, and so these two will die off, and then he will have new growth in between right there, hopefully.
So I got these two from a local nursery because I just loved how beautiful they looked. I overwatered them because I just watered them like the rest of my tropical plants, and I actually have been picking off some of the dying leaves and putting them in with my other pots, and they seem to they seem to be, you know, they seem to be making new pups off the new plants, because now I'm realizing that I have to actually neglect this more than usual. It's not just, you know, every once in a while I'm watering. It's very sparse watering.
Which is saying a lot for Lauren.
Yes, it is saying a lot for me. So every time I'm seeing a leaf that's not looking too hot, I don't think these are gonna do too well. They're not gonna be the prettiest, like Instagram perfect succulents, but they're putting off new growth, which means something might be getting better. Succulents are hard for me. I feel like everyone says if you aren't good at plants, get a succulent. But honestly, I feel like you overwater a succulent once and they die. They turn yellow, they turn mushy, and they die. I feel like a lot of other plants will give you more luck than succulents.
But if you notice them turning yellow quick enough, I think you can repot them and dry them out. I think you just don't pay attention enough to your plants to notice them dying.
Okay, touche.
Because I have almost killed my succulents twice this summer because I overwatered them, shocker, and I was able to either repot them or take some of the wet soil out and put new soil in, and they are now twice the size. Especially my elephant bush, actually. It grew twice the size because I neglected it, and then I overwatered it and it fell right apart, but I was able to repot him, and now he's huge again. So
okay, fair enough. I neglect my plants too much.
I love them.
Thrive or die.
We need just like a happy medium here. It's not going great. And then here is another tip that I have found for overwatering plants: misting. So I have a Calathea White Fusion here, and because I like to take care of my plants every single day and check on them and see how they're growing and what they're doing, I have found that instead of watering them, I can mist all of them and I feel just as good about them. So especially this guy, he likes a lot of humidity, so I will just take my spray bottle and go over all of the plants that like humidity and mist them. That way they don't brown. Like this guy has a little bit of a brown edge here. They don't brown, they enjoy their humidity.
And if you guys didn't know, this is one of Lexi's wish list plants, and she just got it today. So round of applause. Wish list plant. So
wish list plants are probably the most exciting. I mean, it's always exciting when you get a new plant, obviously, but wish list plants are a whole other level of joy for sure. And this guy I have been stalking and trying to find for forever at all these nurseries, and finally we walk into a nursery today and He was just the first thing I saw on the shelf, of course, and I almost had a breakdown.
I think we need to show you the video of what she was doing.
We'll add the video in because I had a heart attack. Look at how gorgeous this is. It's only $10. I'm dying right now. I'm dying. I don't know what to do. Okay. Do I get two? But I controlled myself. I got it. And he wasn't that expensive. I was surprised. He was $9.99. I thought he was going to be way more expensive than that, especially seeing the ones online. But
I mean, to be fair, even though you only bought one, you did buy like $60 worth of like plant stuff.
we don't have to go there. It was worth it. I do not have to justify my plant buying, so I am a grown independent woman who doesn't share finances with anyone but myself. I also bought a couple of... Oh my goodness. She's freaking out.
Lily, get out of here.
Oh my god, she just lunged at you. I also bought hens and chicks because I bought a very cute mini vase that is gonna, or pot I mean, that's gonna sit on the dash of my car all winter. And we live in a very cold area, so I needed something that's gonna survive the winter. And hens and chicks actually go dormant during the winter time, and no matter how cold it is, hopefully they won't die. So I get a cute little decoration for my car, and every place now that I will be, work, home, my boyfriend's house, and my car, I am going to be surrounded by plants.
You were telling me that people actually dig them up and store them in their shed, right?
They do, yeah.
So tell me more about that.
My coworker, I was telling her, I was kind of half joking about how I'm surrounded by plants everywhere and I wanted one for my car, and she said that her parents have a ton of hens and chicks, and they actually put them in their shed during the wintertime and just let them go dormant for about 5 months. They don't even put a grow light on them or water them. They actually don't water them at all. That way they do go dormant, which was going to be such a struggle for me, but we'll see if I can make it because I won't have to water them at all.
There you go. Dormant. And that's how she found out about her hens and chicks.
Sure did. It's a type of succulent, but we'll see what happens.
And I think that that's going to be something we check in on to see if you're going to be overwatering your winter hens and chicks.
For sure, yeah. I will give you guys updates on my car plant, and I will give you guys updates on my Calathea White Fusion, because I bought a humidifier for him, so I can't miss him. Well, I can, but we'll see what happens. I might water him to death. We'll see. But yeah, I think that's it. That's a couple tips and tricks not to overwater them. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Yeah, all right.
And you know, as always, thrive or die.
Thrive or die, guys. See ya.